Football transfers are one of the most exciting parts of the sport. Fans dream of big signings, clubs battle to land the biggest stars, and social media explodes with speculation about who will be moving next. But behind the glamour, behind the billion-dollar headlines, lies a much darker story. Transfers aren't always about football. They're actually about power, corruption, exploitation, and money changing hands in ways that most fans never actually see. This is the truth about the dark business behind player transfers. You see, football transfers weren't always this crazy. In the early days, players rarely moved, and the fees were pretty modest. But by the 1990s and 2000s, television money exploded, and transfers became a business. Agents, sponsors, and investors all wanted their share. By 2017, Neymar's €222 million move to PSG, it didn't just break records, it shattered the entire market. Suddenly, clubs were spending more than entire countries' annual budgets on a single player. But what people didn't know is that the bigger the money, the bigger the corruption. At the center of a transfer is what we all know as an agent. On paper, they exist to represent players, negotiate contracts, and secure the best deals. In reality, some agents have become more powerful than clubs themselves. Super agents like Jorge Mendes or the late Mino Raiola, they made fortunes moving players from club to club, sometimes even against the player's own wishes. Not all agents play clean. Many take massive commissions, manipulate young players, and pressure clubs into unnecessary deals just to collect fees. FIFA once revealed that billions in transfer payments, they just vanish every year into agent fees and shadow accounts. In some cases, players don't even know the full details of their own contracts. One of the darkest practices in football is the third-party ownership. Here is how it basically works. Investors, hedge funds, or businessmen would buy stakes in young players, usually from South America. When the player is then sold to Europe, those investors pocketed huge profits. It sounds kind of like trading stocks, but with actual human beings. Players became assets, trapped in deals that limited their choices. FIFA officially banned third-party ownership in 2015, but the loopholes still remain. In some regions, shady investment groups still profit off of players' careers without ever actually stepping onto the pitch. So basically, what this is businesses that work through the club that then purchase players, own the rights to these players, then find ways to just market them, sell them off for huge profits, and then just pocket the money. And remember, this isn't stocks. This is real people. Transfers aren't just about superstars. There's an even darker side with child exploitation. Every year, thousands of young players, especially from Africa and South America, are scouted with promises of trials in Europe. Many families pay huge sums to agents who turn out to be scammers. Only a tiny fraction make it to professional clubs. The rest are abandoned, stranded in foreign countries with no money, no support, and shattered dreams. NGOs call it football trafficking. Behind every Kylian Mbappe or Ousmane Dembele success story, there are countless kids whose lives were ruined by chasing the same exact dream. Transfers also became a tool for money laundering because fees and agent commissions are often pretty unclear. Shady owners and corrupt officials use transfers to move cash across borders. Investigations have revealed inflated fees for average players, shell companies collecting consulting fees, and millions disappearing into private accounts. The most infamous case was the FIFA corruption scandal, where bribes for TV rights and tournament bids often linked back to dodgy transfer payments. Clubs and federations became pipelines for moving money in ways that many fans just never even imagined. Take Paul Pogba's €105 million move to Manchester United in 2016. Investigations later showed that tens of millions went to his agent Mino Raiola, or Neymar's transfer to Barcelona in 2013, which triggered lawsuits over hidden payments and tax fraud. These weren't just simple transfers. They were business deals worth hundreds of millions, and football as an excuse. These weren't just transfers, they were actually business deals worth over hundreds of millions, with using football as the excuse. In all of this, it's easy to forget the players in it. Many young stars become pawns in a bigger game. They are pressured to move clubs not because it's best for their careers, but because it's profitable for agents and investors. Some are tied to long-term contracts that strip them of any power. Others are left on the bench when transfers don't go through. They are punished for not cooperating with deals. Even established stars, they aren't immune. Some admit that they feel forced into moves that they didn't want because the money behind the scenes was too big to refuse. Meanwhile, the fans are just pawns in the scheme. Fans are sold the dream. Social media campaigns, transfer rumors, and the done deal headlines keep supporters hooked in. But most don't even realize how little of it is about football. Transfers have become entertainment, feeding into sponsorship deals, shirt sales, and global marketing strategies. That's why players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, or Beckham, they weren't just transfers, they were business decisions, brand-building moves as much as sporting ones. FIFA and UEFA have tried to clean things up. They capped agent commissions, banned third-party ownerships, and introduced rules for young transfers. But enforcement is patchy, and the money is simply too big to ignore. For every loophole that FIFA closes, another one opens. And with state-backed clubs like PSG and Manchester City in the mix, the financial stakes have never been higher. So why does all of this matter? Because football transfers shape the game that we love. When money drives decisions, the sport itself suffers. Clubs overspend, they go bankrupt, or become puppets for billionaires. Players lose control over their own careers, and fans are left watching a product that's less about the competition and more about who can spend the most. The dark business behind transfers isn't just corruption, it's a reminder that football is no longer just a sport, it's an industry. And like any industry, the biggest winners aren't always the players or the fans, but the people pulling the strings in the shadows. Transfers will always excite us. The rumors, the signings, the unveilings, they are all part of what makes football so magical. But behind the curtains, the business is far darker than most fans realize. It's a world of exploitation, money laundering, and power games where players are seen as assets, not genuine, real people. But guys, I want to know, what do you think? Are football transfers still about the game, or have they become pure business? Let us know in the comments below, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more footballing deep dives like this. And guys, I will catch you on the next one.